It is a ritual that I have an issue with my camera every time. Like, no lie. I have an issue with my camera. Hey, 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 hey. It's your Glamour Planner. It's Robin, your Glamour Planner. And tonight's going to be fun. I'm sorry I'm late. I am on my laptop trying to give StreamYard permission to use my mic and my camera, and I'm telling you, my Safari is jealous because it keeps denying it access to my mic and camera, and it's driving me nuts. So, hey, 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 welcome on in, y'all. Let me put my face huge on here. Let's see if we can do this better. Let's see. I wanted to sit up so I can see you guys. Let's see. Let me get some behind it. There we go. Hey, it's your Glamour Planner. It is Robin. Tonight is Thursday night. Tonight is the nighttime tea with your Glamour Planner. And I am trying to... This thing is driving me crazy. Also, click camera. I'm trying to go in through StreamYard. Hey, Serena, you said there's no audio? What the heck? Let's see. Ah, listen. I told y'all I'm a blonde. Thank you, Sabrina, for letting me know. Hey, Felicia. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Serena, for letting me know. That is too darn funny. Oh, good. Yeah, I just turned it up. The volume really was down. I just turned it up because normally I go live on my phone and I mute the volume on my iPad, but I'm actually live on my iPad because I am having an issue with freaking... It's not even StreamYard. It's really not StreamYard. That's what I thought it was StreamYard, but it's not StreamYard. It is actually my computer is trying to block permission. So I'm trying to, because I asked Mona to come on with me tonight, and I'm sorry, Mona, if you're in the background. Hey, Albert. So let me see. I really wanted to use StreamYard because it's so much easier to do the live. So tonight is fun because tonight I'm trying to keep it simple. I want to do a lot of you guys, and you know what? Thank you guys so much. Y'all follow, y'all hang out all week, and I'm so blessed to be on the other channels, Mona's channel, Felicia's channel, Georgia Peachnut channel all week, and you guys had a lot of questions. And I remember I did say I was going to start a series where we did Ask an Herbalist, the beginning of the month. Hey, Mike, my favorite Mike Gardner. Hey, Mike. So listen, I really want to get this StreamYard to work. What I should have did is I should have spoke with Mona like an hour ago, but I was really late, y'all. I had to pick up some food. I didn't get a chance to cook today, and it's so funny because I'm fasting tomorrow. So I was going to cook. I had this amazing idea. I was going to take my Swiss chard. I was going to take the spinach and the turnip greens that I grew that came up, I'm sure it's from last year. I was going to use that and make an amazing cabbage with it. And it time escaped me. I was trying to get things together. Tomorrow's my granddaughter's birthday. She turned 8, and she was such a big girl today. She went and got her hair. She let them press out her hair today and wash it and press it. And she has so much hair, it's down to her knees almost. And she finally, I said, can you be a big girl and let them do your hair, so you can have your hair pressed out. And she's growing up too big, y'all. It's blowing my mind. She's still such a sweetie pie, but she's just getting so big. But that is if y'all don't know, that is my mini me. That is my mini twin. I've featured her a lot on my channel. She's crafted with me, planned with me. If you go back and check up the older videos, you'll see her. That is not her anymore. But anywho, so I am trying to get this thing working while we chat. So I am going to pull this up so we can chat. So there was lots and lots and lots of questions, and I want to allow people time to get in. Listen, even if y'all watching from the sidelines, if y'all watching in the shadows, y'all watching behind the scenes, however you're watching, I'm grateful that you are here. Thank you so much for coming on in. Thank you so much for coming on in and joining me tonight. I'm truly, truly grateful for all of you. I'm grateful to be a part of this gardening family, my planner family, my crafting family, and it's just exciting. So you're going to hear me talk about all things glam, the garden, planning, any type of organization. I'm a herbalist, so you're going to hear me talk about that. So tonight is about herbalism. This week I was blessed to be able to tincture goldenrod on Miss Georgia Peachnut's channel. She allowed me to do a tincture, and we did a tea infusion. That was fun. It was really, really fun. And goldenrod, so let me say this first too. Herbalists don't know or don't work with every herb. So if there is a herb that you have questions about, or if there is something that you have a question about and I don't have the answer for, I will take the time and go research it. And I'll get back to you about your question if it's something that I cannot answer. If it is an herb I've never heard of, if it's a herb that I've never worked with. As an herbalist, you are asked to get to know the herbs, especially if you're a clinical herbalist like me, folk, any type of herbalist in which you are giving herbal well-being to people for their health. Okay, so you're asked to get to know the herbs. You will not have every herb. You may not know about every herb. So I say that to say, I didn't have goldenrod in my apothecary. When it was suggested to me by Felicia to get the herb, I said, let me deep dive into this. Now, don't get me wrong. I have the research on it. I also had it in my class, so I do know of the herb. It just wasn't one that I used. So I had decided to take that little deep dive into it and became a little bit obsessed with it because of it is more anti-inflammatory and more antioxidant. So again, y'all hear me talk about the herbs and their energetics. So it's an antioxidant. So as an antioxidant, antioxidants fight free radicals that are in the body. Anything that proteins that cause these they're without being scientific about it technically, so it fight free radicals. Free radicals are those things in a body that can cause cancer. They can come by way of food, come by way of environment, come by way of other things that we take in our body, and what they do is they get in your body and they mutate. They take over a cell, deplete that cell of oxygen, then it becomes a cancer causing. And then at that point, it begins to mutate. Hey, Janet. So once it begins to mutate in the body, that's why you see there are people who can have cancer in one place and then have cancer in another place. That's because it has begun to mutate somewhere else in the body. Anywhere that it is depleted your cells of oxygen is where cancer can thrive at. Okay? So it's important for me to have goldenrod for me in my apothecary because it has more antioxidant than green tea. Green tea is supposed to be the number one thing, that the highest thing that has antioxidant properties, but it's not the only one. But come to find, goldenrod has more antioxidant properties than green tea. Y'all heard me talk about goldenrod, and I talk so much about herbs, and often if you ask me, I don't go all into details, and I apologize about that, about everything that I spoke about. It is best if I send you to where I specifically spoke on that video. That way you can get the full picture and the full scope of everything. I don't want to miss something. Like there may be, like I may, when I was talking to you, I may say it's anti-inflammatory, it's antioxidant, but that's not the only thing that it does. But if you go back to my video, I can explain it a little bit more, or I explained it more, and you can get more details to find out that if that herb is right for your present condition. So for that, so that's why I refer you back to the videos. You'll often hear me say, hey, I did a video on that, because it's going to give you so much more than me trying to give you a quick fix or a quick couple properties that herb may have. So with that, let's say hello to everybody that's in the chat. Hey, hey, hey. I've seen a couple people come in. Again, I apologize. My behind is could not get the StreamYard to work, and that's terrible. I'm a little bad with it. I promised to get StreamYard working. I'm trying to get it working while I'm talking to you guys here, but what I want to do is pull up the chat. That way I can see what's going on in the chat. I did not mean to pull up Stephanie Bernard. So that way I can see what everybody's saying. I can say hello to everybody that's in the chat. So let's go. It's so funny. Alright, let me turn the volume down. Y'all know. Can't have volume up or it'll be a distraction. Hey! Let's see. There's Karen. Jane Doe. Hey, Jane Doe. Hey, Janet. What you doing up this late? Almost homesteaded with Janet. Jane Doe. Mike. Sabrina. I thought Felicia was in here. Albert. Hi, Albert. If this is your first time to my channel, Albert, say it's your first time. And if it's your first time, welcome. Welcome to my channel. Mrs. J.K. Gardner, as always, a blessing for you to be here. Blessing for all of you guys to be here. Karen Turner. Let's see. I know I said hi to Felicia. Let me see. Albert. Serena. Okay. All right. So I'm at the top. Okay. So now. So tonight is about you guys. Tonight, if you have questions, I'm here to answer questions about herbs. I'm here to answer your questions. I also, I also got some cute little tidbits that I like to share with you guys. Also, oh, did I show you guys? Let me show you. Because y'all know we be crocheting on all week long. And let me show you what I finished. Let's see. And then I want to show y'all a surprise. And then you guys can tell me what you think. So it's my granddaughter's birthday tomorrow. And I got her a treat. So y'all tell me if y'all like it. Well, I'll talk to you guys and see about everybody coming in. She likes Hello Kitty. So look at this. It is Hello Kitty noodles. She don't know I got this. I didn't show it to her yet. And look at this. It's a sushi plate, but I want her to just put her noodles in it. She eats sushi, but either way, I think this would be a cute plate for her to put her noodles on and her sauce. What y'all think? Isn't that cute? Don't always share a cute little tidbit with you guys. So look at that. I got this for her birthday. It's one of the thousands of gifts I got her. But I thought it was cute. Something I share with you guys because y'all my family. So I know God's Desire and Mona, all of us talking about their mannequin heads that they have. I picked this one up from the beauty store because I have to get my hair done, so I had to stop there. And I picked this one up. Look, ain't she cute? She pink. Y'all know I'm gonna get everything that's pink. And look, so I finished this week. This is the scarf, and Y'all didn't see the hat. Look at the hat. And this is the hat. Look at that, y'all. Ain't she cute? Look at her hat. You know she got an orange scarf on. My little French. So on Fridays, I teach crochet to senior citizens, and this is the scarf that they're making. This is the scarf that I have them making in the crochet group. And when I bring it in tomorrow, they're going to be so excited. Look at that. Ain't that cute, y'all? So I made this one. That was just a little something to show you that I finished. But my seniors are just so sweet. So let's see. What I missed? Did somebody ask a question? I thought I saw a question in the chat. Let's see. Okay, Janet, I'm sad I missed what you said about goldenrod. I harvest a ton of that and putting it in jars now. Oh my goodness. So goldenrod, it's an amazing herb. It's called the healing herb. That's the main thing I tell people. It's called the healing herb, and it is anti-inflammatory. You can make it. Actually, I went live on Instagram too, and told people how a quick way that they can make an oil infusion of goldenrod if they have arthritis or if they have issues with their hands, arthritis, joints, and muscles. You can make a goldenrod oil infusion, and you can rub that on there, and it'll help. It is anti-inflammatory. It is healing, and it helps with pain. So goldenrod has a lot of properties. That's why it's called a healing herb. Okay. So Janet, let's check that video out. I shared you know I'm gonna deep dive into it. That's my motto, y'all, to deep dive into it. Or I'm asking y'all to do your due diligence whenever you're working with herbs or anything that's for your overall well-being. So, but goldenrod, I just hung the rest. I harvest so much. I went live on my channel. I found it was a plethora, you guys, of goldenrod. If you didn't see that video, I'm not sending you to that video just because I want you to view it. I'm showing you what I found. Like, I was so excited that I found it. I was like, okay, because it is far as the eyes can see. And then today I was headed to the hair store. I think it was a hair store, and guess what I found? More goldenrod. It is at the peak of its prime right now, before it's about to go to seed. So its flower is abundant, and if you have allergies to pollen, just be careful with it. Make sure you don't have an allergy reaction if you make an infusion with it. If you make a tea out of it, make sure you just sip a little bit of it first. Allow your body to soak it in and see how it responds to it. They do call it a weed. It is a herb, but because of the plant family that it comes from, you just want to make sure you don't have any allergies or allergy reactions to it. It is actually one of those herbs that's considered generally safe. Whenever you hear me say that a herb is considered generally safe, that means that there's no really contraindications other than that, like of a pregnant woman or a breastfeeding woman. So when they say generally safe, it's normally good for everybody across the genre, other than maybe a pregnant woman would be. But I think I did mention the contraindications in the video as well. Okay, and sometimes I just don't remember off the top of my head. So we can go back. Actually, let me see. I actually have it here because I was ready for you guys' questions. Y'all know I pull out my Herbal Bible. And I do have goldenrod. I had it already. So let's talk about it. If y'all want to, I'll give you a couple of tips of it. Oh, look, I done made it all the way to moringa. Elderberry, fenugreek, philibane, hawthorn berries, honey, hawthorn tea, horseweed. I don't think I haven't talked about horseweed. I didn't talk about marshmallow yet either. So we'll have to go back to that. I will go back to talking about those individual herbs soon again too, because that was fun. I was going down the list of herbs to do that. So do you make a goldenrod tincture for anything? Yes, I make a goldenrod tincture because goldenrod is good for anti-inflammatory. It is a nervine as well. It does help with pain and inflammation. So yes, a tincture is good. And remember, whenever you are making a tincture, you do not need a lot like you need for the tea. With the tea, if you're using it fresh, you're having a fresh dose of it. If you just harvest it, listen, you're getting it at its peak, and you don't need to take too much. Again, make sure that you're testing yourself, drinking a little bit of it. I showed you guys how I made that one little cup that I made, and just test it to make sure you don't have a reaction to it. That's if you have allergies. If you have ragweed and different type of that kind of allergies, the only ones that I'd say, you know, you want to test it out and see. Okay? But other than that, you can make a cup full of it. You can put it in a cup. You can make a tincture. With the tincture, remember, the alcohol or the vinegar, they're pulling out more concentrated properties of the plant. So you only need a couple drops of it underneath the tongue. Okay? I mean, you could just take a couple drops on the tongue, but normally herbalists, we tell you to put it under your tongue. Okay, let me see. I'm trying to think. I think I pulled it out, yeah, because I was talking to you guys about it. Let's see. I'm sorry, y'all. I got so much in here. And it's not in order because when I was talking to you guys about the herbs, I pull it out and don't put it back in here alphabetically. That's my fault. It's not your fault at all. So let me show you. I want to make sure I'm not missing any questions. Alright. Yeah, the having a tincture. Listen, I told everybody, if you have goldenrod near you, go and get it. Harvest it right now. Like, go and get as much of it. Let me tell you, if I could have, I would have excavated that place. But because it's so abundant, so I also believe in, as an herbalist, when we do our oath and everything, we make a promise that you're not going to harvest more than you need, because you want the plant to be able to come back and be able to heal and help somebody else. And that's why there's also that rule when you're harvesting your herbs, that you take 30% of it and you don't take no more than that, because you want the plant to be able to come back and heal and grow and give that same health benefit to somebody else. Okay, that's just how I was taught. So I really could have took a whole bunch of it, and I did get a lot, y'all. Y'all saw my bag, right? I showed y'all the bag on a video. I harvested a lot, and you know I barely touched it. I barely touched how much that was out there. Okay, let me see, y'all. Let me see, where is it? Oh, I know where it's at. Can y'all give me a quick second? I promise. I just want to go get it. Y'all, goldenrod, it is everywhere. Oh, good. You got some mallow. Ah, Jenna said my scarf looks like bacon. Jane Doe, thank you for the compliment. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Miss J.K. Gardner, for the compliments on the my granddaughter's gift and for my hat and scarf that I made. All right, so are there any questions? Let's talk about it. I want to get my notes, guys, because I want to be able to give you so what I found out is that a lot of people want to know the difference between the oil infusion and the tincture. And it is important to know the difference between the two. They're both very potent. Both deliver the same medicinal properties. I don't want you to think that they're, you know, if, you know, you don't have a tincture, you're not getting the full benefit of it, or if you have an oil infusion, you're not getting the full benefit. You're still getting the benefit of it. It's just that one pulls out more of the medicinal properties than the other. That's the alcohol. Alcohol pulls more of the medicinal properties, a more concentrated form of the medicinal properties out of that matter. And the problem with alcohol is, number one, it has to be 100 proof. And that means that it's 50% water, 50% alcohol, okay? You need to have that. You can use 80 proof. Some people use 80 proof. Some people use, I think, 90 proof. There's 80 proof, 90 proof, and 100 proof. You can, as long as it's at least 80 proof, you can use it to make a tincture. And you basically, you do is you take the plant matter. Now, when it's alcohol, you can use it dried, you can use it fresh, and you can make a tincture that way. It can be fresh, it can be dried, and you just fill your glass jar up. You just take your container when it's alcohol. You take it and you fill it up 3/4 of the way, and then you cover it with alcohol. And what you want to do is you want to make sure you're checking in here to take out any air bubbles that may be in it. You take out the air bubbles because once you shake it up, and you'll see that there's still more space in there, then you want to add more alcohol. The point of doing that is, number one, the plant matter has to be covered. You can fill the jar up with all the way to the edge of your container that you're using to store it. Just make sure you leave just a little bit of head space, and then you add your plant matter, but make sure that the medium for which you are making a tincture covers it, that it is above your plant matter, and that is making a tincture. Now, a tincture can also be made with vinegar. Vinegar is the same way. Vinegar is also a tincture. Vinegar is not as strong as the alcohol, but it is still very powerful. You can use vinegar. A lot of people use vinegar. You can use, oh my goodness, my mind just went blank. I'm sorry, y'all. So you can use vinegar. Vinegar you can still use to make a tincture. I use vinegar a majority of the time. There are some herbs that require that really strong dosage, and I will make an alcohol tincture. I found out there are some less expensive bottles that I can get to make my tincture with. A tincture, so people that are in really, who need the medicine delivered immediately, and not at a slower dosage like an oil infusion or a tea infusion. So they need it to be delivered in a more concentrated. So I'll use alcohol or vinegar. Now, there are people who are diabetic. You can't give them alcohol because alcohol they can't take that alcohol, okay? They're diabetic. They can have other health conditions in which they can't have alcohol. So you need to be able to provide it to them. So a vinegar is another way to be able to deliver that. And because I also make herbal tinctures and infusions for kids, that I tend to make most of it with vinegar. As you will see, when I'm making a lot of my herbal remedies, I'm making it for my family and my friends, and a lot of them I know their health conditions already. There are clients that I already treat, so I know that I need it in a higher concentrated form with the alcohol, and then I know that I need it also in a vinegar form. You can also do it with glycerin. There are people who work strictly with glycerin. They infuse their herbs simply with glycerin, and you can do that as well. It is still a tincture, okay? Let's see. I want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Yeah, I'm telling everybody that if you can get there and get you some goldenrod, go and get it. It's really, really good. It's good for you. I tell people, if you got dandelion in your yard, plantain. I think the plantain came up on Miss Georgia Peachnut channel. Plantain is a really, really, really good herb, and a lot of people don't know that, hey, bug bites, stings
It's already right there in your yard, growing. Here, our plantain, we don't have a lot of plantain growing, but guess what? There's still mosquito bites and things of that nature. You can help with that with from your yard, some from your yard. Now, snake bites. I've seen a lot of people now. We're finding snakes and stuff in the yard and stuff. And I'm be careful. I don't. And also do your due diligence. I can make suggestions for herbs and things that you can take and use, and you still want to do your due diligence. No, when I started gardening, I looked up pests that were in my area. Because one time, right, I was planting, I was digging, I was trying to put rosemary in the ground, and at my old house, and that rosemary is still there. It is beautiful. I'm so jealous because it had grown so big. When I moved last year, I couldn't dig it up and take it with me. Oh, that broke my heart because it was huge. Anywho, so I was digging and putting in. I'm telling you, something peeked under that ground and it had eyes. I took, oh, listen, I took off. You didn't have to tell me twice. I left the shovel out there. I left everything out there. I mean, I could see if I dug and I ran into some. I don't even want to run into the wires, but I'm just saying. So when I started doing herbalism here, the first thing I was telling people is this: and you want to know what's under your ground. You want to schedule a meeting with your surveyor and all, so they can tell you what's under your property, under your land. That's if you're going to guard till, you're going to be digging up in your garden. You want to know what's there. You don't want to hit no lines, no poles, and you want to know what pests are in your area as well. So I know so many. I'm watching so many people video, and they're showing snakes getting caught in their property or around their property, and so you want to be able to know what pests are in your area. So you know, and what I do love about you guys is you guys are like helping. We're helping each other out. Like somebody comes on and say, "Hey, what's this? I seen this today or something." You guys are quick to jump in and say, "Hey, that's a friendly," but let him go on about his business. Or, "Hey, that was poisonous," like Miss Georgia Peachnut said. She had water moccasin. Yeah, I know. No, she took off. Okay, that's how I took off when I was digging in my ground last year. But I say all that to say is that there are certain herbs that you can take that can help you to offset some of the pests that are in the garden. Basil is great. You could take basil so say you're about to go out into the garden and you don't have the sleeves, so you could take basil, rub it in your hands, rub it all over. That's it all over. Take the same basil, rub it up and down your arms. Do not forget your neck. And right here around your cheek and face is where those pests tend to fly. You want to rub that basil nice and good around your skin. And it's a plant. You can go in the house and shower and get it off after you're finished in the garden, okay? So, plantain, that's a really good herb to have in your garden. I'm trying to think of some other herbs that, tell me about some ailments. Give me some suggestions of ailments people might have. I did do a video on some common things like allergy and asthma, things of that nature, and I gave you guys some plants straight from the garden that you can use to help you when it comes to your overall health and well-being. I heard a lot of people talking about having a lot of mucus, so let's talk about mucilaginous herbs. I hate because I don't know if I'm saying it right. I know I'm saying it right, but it's just such a tongue-tying word. Bitters are good too, but that's if you're trying to detox. Alright, so some of the herbs that you can take, since there's a lot of people, and I'm waiting to see, because if we don't get any questions, and I'm just going to give you guys some tips and stuff as we go along, okay? So demulcent herbs, demulcent herbs are slimy and mucilaginous in quality. What I mean by that is like has that tendency to have that like an oatmeal kind of texture. And the purpose of that is to help break up that mucus in your body. Okay? Some very good herbs for that. If you find that you have a lot of congestion and mucus in your chest, and if you have allergies, understand that's what's going on too. If you have allergies, then that's mucus buildup. You have to break that stuff up. One of the good herbs for that is marshmallow root. I don't know if you guys are growing marshmallow in your yard, but marshmallow is a good one for that. Some of you guys don't like comfrey, so I won't go too much into comfrey. For those that know, they know. For those that use it, they could. Rose hips is a good one. You can make. You can use roses period. I don't know if you guys know that you can use that also for tea. But a good one is Irish sea moss and corn silk. For those that grew corn this year, you can use the silk as a mucilage. Like I took the corn silk, I took all of it out, I dried it out. Kind of like, you know how you dry it out with lemongrass. It has that stringy kind of texture. So I dried it all out and I put it in a jar. Once I dried it in a jar, and you can use it as a mucilage to break up mucus. Irish sea moss, which is a moss, I guess it's considered a herb. But you can use that also to help break up that mucus. You can use elderberry. You can use, there's so many. You can use elderberry. Hold on, guys. For breaking up mucus. Oh, black seed. You can use black seed. Black seed is probably number one for breaking up that mucus. So you definitely want to get that. I have some black seeds. I probably need to get some more. Let me see. Any other questions? Alright. Hey guys, make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Hit the like button for me. So, let's see. So, an expectorant. Expectorants also do the same thing. And marshmallow fall under that. Licorice. If any of you guys are growing licorice. There's also a herb called violet. I haven't used it, but violet is under that list of expectorants or mucilaginous herbs. So ginger, y'all hear me talk a lot about ginger. Ginger is another good one for breaking up that mucus, but ginger also calms the digestive system too. Okay, garlic is a good one. Garlic will break it up. And guess what? Another one of my favorites, horseradish. So I took the leaves from my horseradish and I put it in my blend because I use the horseradish to make my fire cider, the horseradish root to make my fire cider. But the horseradish plants are edible. And when I tell you they got as huge, was huge. As huge as my spinach and as huge as my kale. I put that right in my blend. I've already started a second jar of my nutritional blend. I told you where you go and get your greens from your garden. And you use that as a way to fortify yourself during the fall and the winter months. And that's because we don't always have access to those same nutritious foods and fruits and vegetables like we do in the summer and the spring, because they're so abundant and everything don't grow all year long unless you live in an area where it grows all year long. I, for one, I don't. I'm in zone 7B. And like I said, right now, goldenrod is at its peak right now for us. And so that's a great time. That's another tip that you can do to know what grows in your zone and what's in your area. Besides what's growing in your garden, there's herbs and things that you can forage around you. And it might be nice to just get to know those that are growing in your area so that you can have them, and then you know when to, I can use it while it's fresh, like dandelion in the summer. Oh, I was just using that all up because it was so abundant, and then I knew I needed to dry it to prepare for the fall and the winter. Now right now is the perfect time to get yellow dog root, dandelion root, and burdock root. I got the dandelion root when I was harvesting the dandelions, but like burdock right now, and um, the burdock root and yellow dock root right now is a perfect time to pull them. Right now in my area, my roses are gonna die back, but for some reason I got this huge bloom of roses, and I actually went out and harvested all of the petals. But soon those will die back, and I'll be able to get the rose hip from it. That is the fruit of the rose, and it is even more beneficial than the rose itself. You will often see the rose hip used in, like we just seen that some people use it and drink rose hip tea. You can also use rose hip. You will see that often used in skincare products, hair care products, because of how beneficial it is. Again, it is more beneficial than the rose itself. Okay. Listen. So with burdock, yes, I've never grown it myself. I do have burdock seeds now. I think God's Desire sent me some, and then I picked burdocks it's myself, and I got it when it started to go to seed. So I have like a whole top tier full of seeds in my greenhouse of burdock. So I do plan on planting that for the spring coming up. So with burdock, because that root reaches so deep in the ground, and the benefits it pull up from the earth is just so phenomenal. And it is the same like with dandelion. Those roots, because those roots go deep, and the purpose of it is coming up. It is coming up with those essential earthly nutrients that are deep down, and it brings it up. And like I said, with dandelion, it balances out the soil. Now with burdock, the reason why you will have a hard time pulling burdock up is if you try to pull it up out of season. Burdock and yellow dock root is not supposed to be pulled up to about this time, October, November. That's when the plant has completely died back and the root is softer to be pulled up. And leave some of that root in there just so that it can come back. But and that's just period too. If you try and pull it up and you don't get that whole thing, that root's still there and it's gonna come back so pretty the following year. But burdock is definitely one of those ones where you gotta, I mean, I used to fight with it, try to shake it up out of there. It is hard to pull that out, especially if it's not the season to. Again, burdock, you have to wait till the in beginning of fall for you to even be able to pull that root out. Normally, it won't let that root out until September, October. But that's definitely one of the harder ones. Let's see. If anybody's growing bee balm, that is a good herb for expelling mucus out the body. Let me see if I can give y'all one that I have not spoke about before. Wait, I did want to tell you guys something else too. What's my other one? Any questions, guys? Y'all know I'll be going on and on and on. And I want to skip anybody's questions. Any questions, guys? Did I miss any questions in the chat? Okay. Yeah, it probably definitely is. I would say like the end of October, but just remember where it is. You'll be able to go back and get it. You'll definitely be able to go back and get it. One of the things that I am studying right now too, guys, is aromatherapy. it wasn't one that I was going to try and like concentrate on, but it is part of natural living, holistic health, aromatherapy. So I decided to take that class, um, which I'm excited about. I am excited about it. That was just one of the ones that was a toss up. I wasn't sure if I was going to do it, but I am, because it's part of our senses and it's also part of our whole being balance. I explained to you guys about taking things like onions and putting it in a dish and allowing that to cleanse the air, to open up your pathways. And onions expel mucus as well. And it's a form of aromatherapy because you're technically using your senses to absorb those nutrients from the onion. So I was like, oh, yeah, well, I do talk about it a lot, but there are a lot of herbs that are more beneficial in aromatherapy than they are in taking it orally. So wish me luck on that one. I am gonna do that one. So I wanted to hold on. I'm trying to find it, guys. Quick sec. I wanted to talk about. Let's go with. I want to deal with, since a lot of us have inflammation. I wanted to deal with anti-inflammatory herbs because they help with pain. Let's see. I'll just go to the anti-inflammatory herbs. There is a lot of them, and you don't have to drink them all. You can drink, make a tea, a tincture, or I say, as you're trying to be well, just on a regular, consistent basis, just add in a lot of these things in with what we're growing. Like a lot of us are growing so many things, and I say this a lot, where you don't even realize that how much healthier you're making yourself with the things that you are already growing in your garden. And just being able to identify and know what they are, and know that they do other things besides serving a culinary purposes, I just think that just makes you like a step ahead, like in your overall health and well-being. Because look, now I know I can get a whole bunch of green peppers. I know I can grow these lime trees or these lemon trees, and how beneficial they are. Or I could throw them onions in the ground and get some amazing onions. Y'all wouldn't believe it. I call it the amazing onion because it is amazing. And ginger. Ginger is one of those things. So, like, if you don't know about plantain, like if you have a bug bite or something, when you put plantain on that spot, it immediately takes the pain away. It is the same thing like with ginger. You can have, unless it's something chronic, unless it's something other than just digestion, ginger will calm the digestive system almost immediately. I don't know if you guys ever paid any mind. So for castor oil itself is good for you, like very, very good for you. I prefer the Jamaican black castor oil only because I was taught that the regular castor oil has lost some of the properties of it. Like it's that color because of the process it went through to get to that color. But the Jamaican black castor oil is darker in color, and because it has not lost its properties yet. But when you got castor oil, it didn't lose all of it, but it has lost some of its properties. So it is preferred. It is not saying that you can't use castor oil. Castor oil is just like olive oil. You know, olive oil is good for you, but we know that if you can get your olive oil from a single source, one place, and we know where olives grow, where they're native to growing, and if you can get it to come from there, you know that it is closer to its natural source than one that has been hybridized all over the place or mixed with other oils. So that's my difference between the two. But castor oil itself is still good for you. Castor oil is amazing for the skin. Castor oil is good for dry and cracked skin. Castor oil is good for hair, adding luster and shine to your hair. Helping, it helps with like those split ends, because you know that when that hair shaft split, it helps to restore that. So yeah, castor oil is good for you. Let me see. Janet, no. You won't be able to see it, my dear. Just because it's applied to your skin, don't worry. It's not a dye or something like that that'll show up. You know how, like, for instance, like I used to buy the Vaseline, they used to make this Vaseline brand for brown skin. And it actually was darker in color, but that's because they added a colorant to it. But black castor oil is an oil, and its absorbency rate, you'll see, it's not as perfect as coconut oil, but it's up there, and it's not going to dye your skin. Do a test patch. Do a test patch. Take a little bit of it and put a drop on. Now be careful, because, and I hate to say this, but I'm just going to be honest. Okay, sometimes people buy these oils and things in hair stores. They buy castor oil in a hair store. They buy carrot oil in a hair store. To be honest with you guys, I just really, and this is from my heart, please read the back of the label. That label is going to tell you everything. On the front of that bottle, it could say 100% castor oil on it, right? Sometimes it even say organic. Still turn that bottle over. Even if a lot of people don't look. If it's not saying 100% pure, and then people go and buy just because it say castor oil on it, or actually they stopped saying Jamaican black castor oil. And sometimes I think that's because they don't want to do fair trade and get it from its source. So they grow it in other places, and it's not as strong. It's sometimes hybridized. Anyway, so I say that to say, read the back of it. When often in the hair stores, they use soy oil. They use soybean oil, and they mix it in with the castor oil, and you're thinking you're getting 100% castor oil. It is not. It is not. And then you wonder why your hair is not growing luxuriously like the bottle claims it's going to do, because you have two things fighting against each other. Soybeans, corn oil, they are all GMO. GMO. Unless they say it is non-GMO, it is GMO. And they mix it in, and your hair it has this GMO in it, and it's fighting with that. And then you have the castor oil on top of it. It's conflicting, if you understand what I'm saying. It's like, I'm trying to give you the best example. Basically, read the bottle, read the label. Make sure that the only ingredient is castor oil. You want to make sure that that's just all that it is castor oil. Okay? If you buy Jamaican black castor oil, like I bought tea tree oil, right? I thought it was 100% tea tree oil, but come to find out, it was mixed with another oil, because it's a third-party company that was selling the tea tree oil. So, for instance, like say it might have been Shea Moisture, but it'll say tea tree oil, hair oil. Then I look on the back of it, it say soybean oil, mineral oil, castor oil. It can have 100 oils mixed in, and you're thinking you're getting this one pure oil. So just be mindful of what and knowing what it is that you're getting.
I'm glad it makes sense. Listen. Listen, I've been guilty of buying the things from the hair store, but see, like my family, they don't want me to go in the hair store with them because the first thing I do is turn that bottle around and I go, "Oops, see, you see that? Right? It's not castor oil. It's not. It's not 100%." And they're good. Oh my God, the label is everything. The label, it'll say in big letters, tea tree oil, and then under it, tiny, it'll say and other natural oil. It can be natural, but it doesn't mean that it's good for you. So you got to be mindful of what it is that we're using in our products. Okay, that's all I'm asking you to do is just do your due diligence and know when if it's going to be tea tree oil, make sure it's 100% tea tree oil. There are no other additional chemicals, additives, or anything. It's kind of like my friend who was going off the other day in my gardener, where he was talking about how we spend this money on these fertilizers and these soils, and all it is sand. It's maybe 50% sand. I mean, I don't know if he said exactly 50%, but his point is that it's fillers. It's the same thing like when we eat meat. You know, sometimes there's fillers in it to make it like, so if I want a quarter pounder, I want it to be this big old burger. Well, maybe only 50% of that is beef and the other is filler meat. And that's just an example. So I say that to say to just make sure that you're reading that label and that you understand what it is that you're getting. If you want to go get it, go to a health food store or go to a place that specializes in it. A hair store is not the place. Like, and any person that really wants to take care of their hair, just make sure that it is what it says it is, and that on ingredients, products shouldn't really have more than 3 ingredients. And the number one of when you look at a label on the back of it, the first 3 ingredients, the first one is the most of what it is. The next 2 are additional, and everything else is just little bits of it. So, for instance, it may start from say the first ingredient is water. Then it may say, and it often don't say the vegetable. The vegetable be way at the bottom, the last ingredient. But you want to make sure that it is what it says it is. It really should not have a whole bunch of ingredients if it is pure and if it is natural. I'm not trying to be shady. I was trying to think of the perfect example without making somebody not like. I don't want to make you not like something. I just really want you to just be mindful of what it is that you're intaking. That's my whole purpose. How you live your life and do what you want, that's on you. I want to help you be the healthiest version of yourself and do it holistically. That's your girl. That's me. That's my job. That's what I want for you. We have a saying that says we want for you what we want for ourselves. And I want you to be healthy because I want to be healthy. And then we're a healthy community together. On the bottom. Listen. I'm telling you, it'll be big bold letters. Castor oil. And then it got little teeny tiny line underneath of it. And the biggest one, so I pulled out that book. It's not called The Shadiness of Fragrance. What is that book called? Hold on. I'm about to tell y'all because y'all be believing me. So I figure if y'all heard it from somebody else, then y'all will believe it. No, I'm teasing you. But there is this book out there, and it's called The Case Against Fragrance. So remember I told you guys, I would say it all the time, you have to be mindful of, because in ingredients or they have, companies can hide chemicals behind the term fragrance. Because the FDA allows them to keep their, if they could say it's their secret recipe. So if I have, like I make my herbal hair oil, I don't want to disclose the exact ingredients to you because then you could go copy what I'm doing and then you're taking money away from me
from my business if I tell you my secret ingredients to that how I make my hair oil. But the thing about it is some companies hide behind that word and are have chemicals, forever chemicals and things of that nature in it, and you don't know it because they don't have to disclose it because they claim it's part of their secret recipe, or for lack of a better term, it is their secret ingredient of how they make their product so that others don't copy it. You know what I mean? So they can hide behind it. And often you'll see that, and this majority of times is with cosmetics, health and beauty products. You'll often find there's another term that they use when it comes to food. But a lot of times, they'll use a scientific name or term for a lot of those things, and because you don't know the scientific name, you just think it's just something great when it could be something as simple as mineral oil, which mineral oil is very drying. You should not use anything with mineral oil in it as far as your hair is concerned, because it dries out the hair shaft. It dries out your scalp. So, well, depending on your hair, if you don't have dry like 4C hair or 2C hair, if you don't have like a dry scalp, then it wouldn't affect you like that. Because some people can take mineral oil, but not everybody can. So you have to be mindful of what it is that's being used in your products. You got to know your own hair. You got to know your own body too. And a lot of times we have reactions to things and we chalk it off to something else. It could be a reaction to something we ate. It could be a reaction to going outside into some pollution. It could be a reaction to a chemical spill. You just never know. But you got to be mindful of it and when it happens, so you can be able to associate it with what's going on with you and your body. That's why you'll see a lot of times they talk about the patch test. You want to patch it and see how you're doing. Oh, I love apple mint. So y'all, chocolate mint is my favorite, but apple mint and orange mint, when I bought that this summer, I was in love with it. Like, I literally, guys, I just harvested all my mint. What I said I was going to do with that mint. I harvested so much mint. I wanted to cut it down because it's getting cold here. Like, it's cold, guys. It gets really cold here. Like dropping down like 50s. What's the weather right now? Let me see. So I really did. I cut my mint down. I didn't want to like completely make the plant bare, but I harvested a whole lot of it. No, right now it's 63. That's not bad. Oh, it's gonna be a low of 60 tonight. A low of 60. Tomorrow it's going to be 56. So it's getting pretty cool. And some plants, they don't just tolerate the cold as easy as others. So I went and I chopped up my mint. And I said I was going to add the mint to something. I'm making some kind of... I want to do a kind of like put all of those that's in the same family, like lemon balm, mint, all of them that's in that same family. I want to do a blend by blend with them, where I have like all my mint and lemon balm, sage. I want to put those together where it's just them. And then if I need it, like if I need to make somebody a tea that has upper respiratory issues, I can just grab that blend and it's just that blend. I know that it's my mints, anything that's going to open up their passageways, get their breathing, open up the congestion and stuff like that. I want to make a blend by blend jar like that. And I'm trying to think. Then I want to do a large rosemary. I can do a tincture, and I have rose and rosemary already infused, but I want to do just a rosemary one. Since I got some nice rosemary, I got a couple rosemary patches out there. I got like 3 rosemary patches, which I'm happy about, because normally, if I tell you how many rosemary plants I bought that did not survive, me and rosemary did not get along, but I'm blessed because it's been out there and it has been blessing me all summer. Whether I was using it for hair care products, whether I was using it for skincare products, I was going out there and getting that rosemary, man. That rosemary is very, very good. It's very good. And I wanted to make sure that I kind of, if you have them growing, please don't let them dry out on you. Please, if you can't use it right now, you can't use it in your cooking right now, cut it, dry it, and just put it in a jar. And you can go back to it later on. You can go back to it later on. I tell you, it will be good for you. Me and someone was having a conversation about mugwort, y'all. Let's see. I told you guys something else. So, if you make rosemary, and you want to make rosemary as a tincture, rosemary is good if you have older family members who are getting like dementia or Alzheimer's, things of that nature. Rosemary is good for helping them to improve their memory. So if you were looking for a herb that's like that, rosemary is very good for that. Rosemary also is anti-aging. We also know it's antibacterial, antiseptic, antifungal, antiviral, it's anti-inflammatory. It is anti-inflammatory. I'm trying to think if it's anti-inflammatory. Yes, it is anti-inflammatory. It is an antioxidant because it does help fight cancer. But it is phenomenal for your hair health. And if you're the type that you get headaches, rosemary is great for headaches as well. So if you're the type that get headaches and you need some relief from your headaches, if you got rosemary in your garden, go on and pick you some rosemary, put it in a nice little steeping cup of hot water, let that sit for, infuse for about 5 minutes, and then add you some honey to it. And there you go. And I hope that it also helps to boost your mood. Rosemary has that nice scent that is a mood lifter. So it's really, really good. Those are just some of the benefits for it. Serena, is apple mint the only mint you got growing out there? Yeah, this is the first year. No, well, no, I'm lying because I had a rosemary bush at my old house. But when I moved here, I kept buying rosemary, buying. Oh, and I was buying lavender. Buying lavender. I had one lavender that did so good. Made it all the way up to the winter. And when the winter came, it died back. So what I did is I went out and I cut it. And when the spring came this year, it acted like it wanted to come back, and it just did not. That lavender plant gave me so much lavender. I was so excited. But then it just did not come back this year. So, but, you know, I did buy 2 new lavenders later on in the season from Wally World, and they did really good. I was able to harvest from them in the summertime, and now everything is kind of like waving and leaning because it's cold at night. But it's, other than that, I did reap the benefits of it, so I'm not going to complain about that. So let's see, what else? Let's see. I think, did I tell you guys about sage? Did we ever talk about sage? If you have like the runs or anything like that, sage is good for that. Sage is anti-diarrheal. Sage also helps to disinfect and heal wounds, so you can make a nice oil infusion with it. Oil infusions, guys, are great to make. If you have a lot of herbs, like I'm telling you, you don't have to just dry it out. You can make a tincture with it, like I showed you the other day, or you can make an oil infusion, which is simply the same thing. You can fill it up in a jar. You can either use an oil, a carrier oil, like olive oil, or you can use glycerin. And you can use that as a way to, for like, say you get little cut. You know how we just go through the day and you may find a little cut or scrape or bumps or boo-boos on you, because you don't realize, that you nicked yourself or hurt yourself. Sage is one of those plants, and so is rosemary. That's good for that. You can have you a nice little jar of the oil, like get you a little dropper bottle. They sell them like a 2-pack at Dollar Tree. If you have a Dollar Tree near you, you can get the Dollar Tree. It's a little dropper bottle, comes with 2 in a pack, and put you some oil. First, you need to infuse it first. You need to take the herb, you need to put it in the oil and allow it to sit for several weeks. Some people do it as low as 2 weeks. Others do it for the normal 6 weeks or above. You'll often find my oil sitting way longer than 6 weeks. But that's just me. But you can also, as a quick fix, you may say, hey, I cut myself. I need to make a quick infusion. You can take the rosemary, or you can take the sage, put it in some olive oil, get you a pot of water, put it on low, bring it to put it on high, bring it to a boil, turn it down low. Put your bottle in there. You need like a mason jar, something that can hold heat. Put your herb in there, put your oil in there, and let it sit in there for about 45 minutes to an hour. Or you can use the crock pot method. I think Janet, she loves doing it, the crock pot method. Hey, Bayou Sugar. You can sit in a crock pot and let it sit overnight. Like a crock pot, fill that bad boy with water. Get your mason jar. Make sure the lid is on tight. Put your herb and your carrot oil in there. And guess what? Bam, you got yourself an oil infusion. And you can take that oil. You'll know it's right because it will change colors. Originally what I was going to do is I was going to make an infused goldenrod oil in front of you guys. What I think I'll do is I'll do it next week. I'll pull out the crock pot and we'll make it. I'll show you how to do it with the crock pot method, and then I'll show you how to do it on the stove. So we'll make it on the stove. We'll we'll make a goldenrod oil. How about that? I might mix it. Did I cut that sage? I'm trying to think. I may do goldenrod and rosemary. I may do that. I may do goldenrod and rosemary. We'll make an oil infusion with those two. And then, because I need it for the skin. So I already have enough of my infusions for hair and my skincare products. I might want to do one that's just for the skin. I want to do one that is an anti-inflammatory for people with arthritis, issues with their hand. So what I may do is I may do rosemary, goldenrod, and comfrey. So I may do those 3. And that'll be for my seniors, or for anybody who has like arthritic hands. I want to do a nice oil for them, for their hands and their wrists. So I think I might do that. I'm definitely going to use the goldenrod. I'm trying to think if I want to add the rosemary. I'm adding the rosemary not just for its health benefits, but I'm also adding the rosemary because of its scent. Some herbs serve more than one purpose, and I would love to have that. That rosemary has a great scent, and like I said, it's also a mood uplifter. So if I'm making this for my seniors, like I may gift it to them. That's in my my crochet group. So I may gift all of them the oil. I'll go buy the oil bottles from Dollar Tree. This is 2 in a pack for $1.25, and I think there's 10 ladies in my group. And I may make that oil just for them because they know that I'm a herbalist and they be following my channel. So if y'all ladies is watching, hi. So I do want to gift that to them, but I want to make a nice one that's just for, because people that use their hands and things a lot, especially like secretaries who always typing and stuff. That'd be a nice oil for them. I have to name it something like that. But I'll figure out a name for it or anything like that. Did I miss anything? How you doing, Bayou Sugar? Serena, you mean in your garden right now? You mean you want to prevent it from dying back for the winter? Some plant, because you you can overwinter a lot of plants. My tomatoes and pepper plants, I overwintered them, cut them down, and covered them up. So are you talking about overwintering it? Ah. So can you pull the self-watering container in the house? Can you bring that one in the house? All right, Janet, good night. Yeah, did get you some goldenrod, making an oil infusion, Janet, for her. And I'm telling you, that goldenrod, that is excellent. I did that on Instagram. I told people how to make one. That if they have someone who has pain in their hands, and their wrists, to make that goldenrod infusion. So that was a really good one. I did tell them that. I am wonderful. How are you doing? I'm glad you're good too. And thank you for that. Yeah, I remember you telling me about your carpal tunnel, Serena. Do I'm talking about your rosemary plant. You can't. So some people drag their green stalks into their garage or a greenhouse or something to overwinter it, and cover it up. One of the ladies, I love her channel. She always drags her green stalks inside in the winter. I forget her name. I gotta go to her channel. I haven't seen one of her videos in a minute. But she got like 20 green stalks. I may be exaggerating, but she got a lot of green stalks. And God's Desire got a lot of green stalks. So maybe we can ask God's Desire about her green stalks. Maybe there's a way to overwinter your green stalk if you have a rosemary in there. Normally, though, Serena, my rosemary, I didn't cover it. I didn't do anything to it. And I'm in zone 7B. And I didn't have to cover it or nothing. It still was there, and it grew humongous into kind of like a tree, a little mini tree. So I didn't have to do anything to it. And I get cold. Like, we get cold here. We haven't been that cold in years, but we do get pretty cold. I know we get colder in the south. So I don't think you well, you have to figure it out. I would just check your growing area. Let's see. Oh, Felicia. Oh, good. Felicia said that rosemary is cold hardy. Yeah, and it does. Yeah, it hates moisture. That's how I always end up hurting it. But it does hate moisture. So yeah, I am going to make me. I have to figure out what I'm gonna name it, y'all. Tell me what I should name it. I'm gonna make a soothing hand oil for my ladies in my crochet group. It's gonna be a gift from me to them. But I have to come up with a name for it so I can put it in my shop. So what I found in my garden too is this Spanish herb that's growing here. Where it came from, I do not know. And I keep saying I'm going to look it up. I looked it up and found the name of it. But I need to look it up and see what its health benefits are. I need to find out if it's a friend or foe. I found a snake root plant growing in my garden. And I pulled that thing up so fast, y'all. That thing is poisonous. It is toxic. I don't know where it came from. And the funny thing is, when you buy soil from different places, that's the only thing I could think of, because I filled all of my beds and my containers and stuff with soil that I bought, and it popped up in that plant. Not to say that a bird or something could have dropped the seeds from somewhere else that they flew from, because that definitely can happen. I don't know where it came from, but I pulled it out. I like when I'm going around the garden, I'm trying to identify everything. like I finally got zinnias to grow. And I mean, they over in a corner. They're down Flower Alley, and they're growing, and I'm getting like one at a time. I see people with these beautiful zinnias growing, and I got these one that pop up. Then I'll get another one pop up. I don't know why it's doing that, but I'm grateful for it because I sure harvested them because they are medicinal. Yeah, I think, to me, I think rosemary, if it's really, really good established, it won't die back because mine didn't, and it is this it turned into this beautiful little tree. And the rosemaries I have now, one is in a tower, one is in my Herbal, and it's huge. That one's huge. I thought it was going to get crowded out by like the oregano, and I had a what's that other plant here? And I had some thyme in there, and it didn't crowd it out. The rosemary actually stood its ground, and it's nice and big. It's the other ones that shriveled up to a corner. November 1st, yeah, that's mine too. So, how about soursop? Are you guys finding soursop? I don't know, is anybody growing soursop? I don't think I've heard of you guys talk about growing soursop. Anybody growing soursop? Let me see. I got one. I got a lot of. What herb did I come across? You know what? I have to go get right now it's time to pull those yellow dot seeds. Even though I have some from last year, I love to have an abundance of yellow dot. So I need to go and check. It's right where I wild forage it at. Normally it goes to seed. I used to get some here, but I haven't seen it in my area immediately, so I have to go back to Mercer County and get it. So, how about, let me see. I think you'll know the benefits of turmeric. Are there any other questions? Oh, Duval is growing soursop? Wow, lucky lady. I had a friend of mine bring me back soursop from Jamaica. And he brought me back some nice leaves. I almost tell y'all, almost didn't want to use them. I didn't. I saved it for somebody who was really, really sick. And I gave it to them. I didn't give it all, but I gave a majority of it to them. Because they could benefit from it. Let's see, soursop. Soursop is great for your skin, your hair. It is used to treat cancer. Soursop prevents the cancer cells from mutating, and it destroys only the bad cancer cells. It does not destroy new cells. It treats gout, treats ulcers, blood disorders, hypertension. If you have insomnia, you could drink soursop tea at night. It's really good. Oh, good. Sounds like you got a handle on it. Soursop is great for boosting your immunity, fighting infection, treating diseases. Again, it's great for insomnia. But do you also know that it gets rid of head lice? Soursop is good. You can head lice and bed bugs. You know what else is good for lice too? Is eucalyptus, which is also good. And I'm looking at my book, y'all. My book is really, really missing a lot of pages. I take them out to talk about it, but then I forget to put it back. So remember I told you marshmallow? Do y'all know that's where marshmallows originally came from too? The marshmallow plant. Uh-huh. Y'all know that marshmallows came from the marshmallow plants? So, marshmallow. Let's see. I'll give y'all a couple tips for marshmallows. Helps to fight colds, fevers, coughs. Actually, I think I talked about this one time. Acne, arthritis. So that's good to know. So if you want to make an arthritis infusion, you can use marshmallow and help with arthritis. Any other questions, guys? Any questions? What about honey? How many of y'all really know the health benefits of honey? One really good tip for it is, so say you are drinking, let me see. Say you're drinking goldenrod tea. Do you know that adding honey to a goldenrod tea boosts the antioxidant properties of that goldenrod tea? So any tea that you drink and it has antioxidant properties, you add some honey to it, it will boost its antioxidant fighting power. That's a tip from me. This is a tip from me. That's a tip from me. Eucalyptus, as we get into the season of allergies and upper respiratory issues, I was explaining how you can take eucalyptus, put eucalyptus around your house. Eucalyptus repels bed bugs. It helps repel lice. Eucalyptus helps to open up your passageways. Eucalyptus is good for removing mucus, helping to heal upper respiratory like asthma and allergy. With opening up your airways, eucalyptus is phenomenal for that. You can hang eucalyptus in the shower. You can make eucalyptus tea, which is so good to me. Like I am good for adding eucalyptus to a majority of the teas that I drink, but I had to give it a break because I was drinking it so much. And I always will say, use eucalyptus. Also, eucalyptus is one of the most widely used for its scent. So people, when they want that minty kind of scent, they'll use eucalyptus, like eucalyptus soap, eucalyptus toothpaste. They often tend to use mint in toothpaste too, but they'll use eucalyptus a lot in skincare products, oral products, and different things like that. They tend to use eucalyptus a lot. Yes, honey is good for wounds. Honey does help to heal wounds. Let me see an example of a wound. Like cuts and bruises. You know how people go and they grab aloe? So honey, you can use honey in that same manner because it used not deep cuts, but like, cuts that are not that deep. You can use honey for that. Say you get a cut and you don't realize how deep it is, but you don't have any other thing to, like aloe or something to help close it up. You can put honey on it and then seek your medical attention, or until your medical attention arrives or you go get medical attention. You can use honey in that manner, but you should seek medical advice. What about cloves, Felicia? You asked me, are they good? Cloves are phenomenal. Cloves are antibacterial. Cloves are antifungal. Cloves are really, 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 really good for you. Cloves also help your digestive system. Cloves can be used as for your hair, like a hair conditioner. It helps to remove like dandruff from your scalp. Cloves are good for that. Cloves have a lot of properties. I use cloves for my cough syrup. cloves are really, really good for making it a tea and to help open it up your airways too. Cloves are good for you. A lot of people don't really realize that. But cloves are also good for cooking. Cloves are good for cooking too, but then you should remove them before you serve the food. But still good for you. Let's see, do I have the castor oil? I'm trying to think if I have the castor oil one in here. Yeah. Any other questions? I don't want to miss it. I'm sorry, I'm going back and forth. Let's see. Burdock, since we talked about burdock root is amazing. Burdock is a really, really good herb for your hair. Burdock root is good for your skin. If you don't know, that root itself is phenomenal. Let me see. Just if I go back to it. So it burdock helps with dry scalp. So you will see people make a conditioner with cloves, but you can use cloves. You can use burdock root in that same manner. You can make your own hair conditioner with cloves or burdock. Let me see. If you are the type that have maybe an oily scalp, you don't have a dry scalp, you have an oily scalp, then burdock is good for that. It helps you to control the oiliness in your hair. Burdock is good for that. Burdock is also anti-cancer. Let me see. Well, y'all know it's already a friend to the digestive system. It's a friend to the kidney, friend to the liver. We talked about that before. Thyme. That's a good one. Yeah. Let me see. Yes. Manuka honey, Serena, they're trying to say that that is the best honey. I say any local honey that's local to you is the best honey, because that would be the one that's closest to you. But I do have Manuka honey as well. Any other questions? And again, I'm sorry, I could not get my StreamYard going. Let's see, what about, that's garlic. Let's talk about it. So, let's go back to two things. One was sage. Using sage in your garden. It says, do not plant sage with cucumbers or onions. But you can plant your sage with your beans, cabbage, carrots, peas, rosemary, and strawberries. Sage repels snails, beetles, black flea beetles, carrot flies, flea beetles, and all those things that prey on potatoes and sweet potatoes. So that is a sage. I told you could make a nice little hair relief. But sage is also great for asthma. We talked about that. I didn't know that it was well, I haven't read it in a while. But it helps with memory. Sage helps with memory. We already know it's anti-inflammatory, but it's also antiviral and antiseptic. So again, that sage, just like rosemary, can help you through some wounds. Let's see. So uses of garlic. For those of us that are planting garlic right now, I know I planted some. I did plant some garlic. So It says, forget apples, a clove of garlic a day keeps the doctor away. you can, you can, remember I talk a lot about how you can take an onion, cut an onion up, put that in your sock. If you're not feeling well, you can put that onion in your sock. Oh, excuse me, y'all. Besides putting the onion on a dish and using it to open up your pathways, you can also put it in your sock, and it'll help draw out toxins too. You'll see the condition of that onion is changed by the time the morning time comes. But you can also do that with garlic. You can put garlic in your sock as well. Yep, that's a tip from me. You can also do that. You can put garlic in your sock. But garlic is anti-parasitic. A lot of us don't realize that, bugs is often in the food and different things that we intake. And so garlic is one of those things that forces it out. It is anti-parasitic. Garlic helps with toothaches. For anybody that may suffer from toothaches, garlic is great applying it to warts. It reduces warts. It is great, of course, for colds and flu, antifungal, yeast infection, which is the same thing, sugar. Let's see, allergies, anti-cancer, bronchitis. It helps, garlic helps to fight breast cancer. Stomach, coughing, garlic. I like to put garlic in all of my food. They say mosquitoes. Have you ever heard that? They say mosquitoes don't bite as bad if you have a lot of garlic in your diet. Is that true? Have y'all found that to be true? I'm not sure. I used to eat a lot of it because I thought it was true. But say eating a lot of garlic will keep mosquitoes from biting you. I'm sure if you, the same way I told you about rubbing that basil on you, you take that garlic and crush that garlic up and rub it on you, I'm sure the bugs will run. They will run. But garlic helps people with poor digestion, low energy. If you're the type that suffers from low energy, and listen, when we make fire cider, we definitely put garlic in it. Because garlic is good for boosting the immune system. Fire cider is made with all of the most beneficial fruits and vegetables and herbs to help boost your immune system. So garlic is great for that. So say you are the type that has anemia and you have low blood sugar, you can add garlic because it, it helps the body to absorb iron and zinc. So remember, this time of year, cold and flu, they got infections flowing around here. You want to increase your iron, you want to increase your B vitamins, you want to increase your zinc. And garlic helps your body to absorb zinc. Sometimes we have low absorption or malabsorption, and we don't know where this comes from. The food we eat, the chemicals that we're putting in our bodies from our beauty products or hair products, or we just don't know, or social factors. And we're not absorbing iron and zinc like we're supposed to. Or minerals, vitamins and minerals, period. We're not absorbing them like we should. And garlic is one of those herbs that helps the body to absorb it. So if you see that you're having issues with absorbing iron, get you some garlic. Add it to your dishes as much as possible. Yeah. But you definitely want to add garlic to it. We'll talk about bitter leaves another day because bitter leaves is a whole nother level. That's for when you're actually trying to detox and get your body rid of those things that has been absorbing. Did you know, I talked about this before, of how beneficial parsley is when I gave you my top 10 herbs, then I gave you top 10 vegetables, and I gave you top 10 fruit to grow. Parsley is on that list. You know, I know I love to brag about dandelion, but parsley is up there too. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. Listen, long day. But parsley is up there on the list. Parsley has vitamin K, vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamins B9, B2, and B3. Has iron, and it has there's 2 vitamin K's on the list. So this is K. It has the potassium, and it has vitamin K, phytolaquinone, and that is. I was trying to see if it was well, they're both different. But anyway, it's just kind of like your B6, B9, B2, B3. It's another form of vitamin K, which is really, really good because you need that for your hair. You need vitamin K for your skin. So you definitely need your vitamin Ks. And then there's calcium, and then there's zinc. That's parsley. Look at all of those nutrients. Y'all, we need those vitamin Bs. You need the vitamin A for conversion. You need vitamin C, and you need vitamin C so you can absorb the iron. And then this has high iron and high zinc. Really, really good. Let's see. This was some herbs. It's so funny. Mona had sent these to me. These was those perilla she had sent me, and they finally grew. Matter of fact, did I show you guys? You know what I'm doing? I'm gonna post it on my Instagram because it grew, and I made it a part of my green nutrient mix. Listen, y'all gotta get out there, get those vitamins and minerals out of those herbs and those leaves from your plants. Get them dried up. Let's get ready for the fall. Y'all, I must be tired, y'all, because I barely sleep. But any other questions? Hey guys, Desire, how are you? How are you? How are you? Diana, what's going on? So, are there any questions? Make sure y'all hit the like button before we get out of here. If y'all not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. And if you come back in and you catch that replay, please hashtag replay. And leave me a comment. If you didn't get to ask a question in the chat tonight, please feel free to leave me a comment, question, and I will get back to you. I am doing my best to expand my herbal knowledge. Again, I've added aromatherapy to my course list, and there is another naturopathic medicine course that I am enrolling in for October. It's the second level to the natural medicine that I have. Let me see what else is going on. There's so many beautiful things. So there are lots of holistic health and wellness going on around the world. I've been invited to several just in this area, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and New York, and they have a lot of conferences, things. Go, y'all find them in your area. Go gain your knowledge, and if not, to be servicing other people, just so that you can help yourself. It helps in your garden. The more knowledge you know about the things that you're growing, get out there and check them all out. Again, the more you know, the more we can grow, the more we can share amongst each other. So besides those holistic health and wellness conference going on, y'all, there is a lot of a wealth of knowledge that is all over. At least they say at least 70% of the world relies on natural medicine, and it's one of the main reasons why I do what I do, because there's so many people who believe in it and who use it, who believe in the holistic health way to healing yourself. And it's such a beautiful thing to be a part of this community, for people that just want to be well just themselves. They don't want to be herbalists or whatever. They just want to be well, or they, want to. Uh, they're just grateful that they're able to just care for themselves. And I say part of the best part of that I love seeing is the people that are growing so many herbs and things in their garden, and they're growing it, and I look and I be like, wow, like they're eating nutrition. They're eating such healthy things, and they don't. They may know. You may know. And I don't want to be presumptuous and say that other people just don't know, but you may know. And then there are some who may not know, and you're growing something so beneficial, and I just get excited about it because I love seeing it. I truly, truly, out of the bottom of my heart, I love seeing it. All of the great things that everyone is growing. I've been gifted seeds that have amazing benefits, and I'm so excited to be growing them, so excited to be a part of the growing community of growing my food and growing my herbs, expanding my apothecary. I wish I had a hole in. That is the goal. So I'm just not gonna keep crying about having a small garden. I am grateful for the garden that I have because it has afforded me to be able to eat from home and to grow a lot of the things that are keeping me well. It doesn't say that life does not happen, because life still happens to us. We still have to experience life. It is how we respond to those things, to how we're dealing with life. Like it's funny, I was telling my physical therapist today that I was just waiting for my oil infusion to be done. I was waiting for this comfort to be done. Yeah, I go to the doctors when I have to. Yeah, I do. And again, my doctor and I are at a partnership, in my well-being. She's not my dictator. Their practice is not my dictator. They are my doctor, and we are partners in my health. And I do use them if I have a chronic or a condition that requires it. For the most part, I am looking after my overall well-being so that I don't have to call on them. And that's where I am. That's where I want a lot of us to get to that point, that we're really taking really good care of ourselves, and that we only call on them when we have to. And for the most part, we go in there and they say, hey, listen, it's your annual checkup. Things are great. You're doing great. I ran your blood work. Your blood work is good. Kidneys is operating normal function. Liver's operating at maximum function. There's, no issues with cholesterol and things like that. That's the point that I want to see us at, that, we're doing so great, and our doctors say, hey, keep up the good work. That's where I want to see us at. Guys, how was your class? Do anybody got any more questions? And I'm going to keep on doing this. What I'll try and do is put it out ahead of time when I do the Ask a Herbalist, so that you guys can ask your questions. And listen, please feel free to come over to my Instagram channel. I am on Instagram every day. Like, no lie, I'm on Instagram like every day. I do check my messages. If you have questions and you want to ask me a question, please feel free to ask me a question. I do consultations, so we can do a consultation. I do consultations via Zoom if you're not in my area. I am a holistic health and wellness coach. I am certified in naturopathic medicine. I am a certified herbalist, so I can do holistic consultations with you, help you to get to a state of well-being using herbs and natural medicine. That is my desire. That is what I'm certified in, and that is my passion. And I want to see us all there. That's why I'm constantly bringing you guys content. And I know sometimes I may talk fast, or I may give a whole lot of information. You might have to go back, watch it again, hit the slow-mo. I apologize about that. But I do try and break it down and deal with one herb at a time to go over with you guys. So if you guys suggestion of a herb that you haven't seen me cover, just feel free to hit me up, and I'll be happy to work on that and deal with that herb with you guys. if you want to support my channel, I do have the Buy Me a Coffee. I do have my Cashapp Glamplan18 that you guys can submit to. I am going to reiterate Mrs. Georgia Peachnut. She did a drive for Mona yesterday from Sifting Some Soil. If you guys did not see that, I am going to reiterate her sentiments. Mona is a great part of our community and has been helpful and just a godsend to a lot of people. And I know for me, she has embraced me with open arms, and I did not know what she went through when that storm happened. And I'm even concerned for Duval, who lost power as well. But Miss Georgia Peachnut asked everybody if they can go over and send Mona $5. If you are able to do that, I'm sending the same sentiments, only because she has been there for me. Called me on the phone when I was hurt. And you guys know, you're part of this community. We know the good people that's, and I'm not saying that nobody else is not good. I'm just saying what a blessing she has been to me. And if you guys are willing to help out and do that, she had lost power for a week, but in that time she had lost all of her food. And I didn't know that. So I sent her a cash app. So Jane Doe, I don't know if you remember Mona's cash app. If we could put that in there, and anybody that was willing to send a couple dollars over to Mona, I would be more than grateful to you guys for doing that. And thank you for sticking around. Thank you for coming on my channel. Thank you for being a part of this, my channel coming in here on Thursday nights. I know a lot of us may got work in the morning. We may be in bed, relaxing, taking it down. Guys, I could be on here all night and we could talk about hers. But I love coming back, love giving you guys information. And anything that you want me to talk about, please don't be shy. Please let me know, and I promise you, we will dig into it. I want you guys to check out my other lives I did. I did a couple, I talked a lot about goldenrod this week. So on Miss Georgia Peachnut, we did a goldenrod tincture. I also went live in a goldenrod field. So make sure you check it out, just because it was fun. You can see my obsession with it. Out there in the field with it. And I'm obsessed with us being prepared for the next season. So make sure you get out there and harvest those greens from your garden. Get them vegetable tops, only the ones that are beneficial. My eggplant greens is still sitting there. I did not harvest those because they are not healthy for a nutritional green mix. It says those things will cause you pass out or something. I forget, but I know that they are toxic. That you're not not that they are toxic, but what they can do to the body is not good. So that part. So make sure you are harvesting what you can. Use it from your garden what you can. I thank you, Jane Doe. Thank you, Felicia. Thank you, God's Desire. All my admins, my moderators, Mike hiding in the background. Anybody else that's watching from the bushes, I appreciate you. Anybody that comes in and watch the replay, I truly appreciate you guys so much. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There's so much more coming. I have such a fun week with you guys. Like, I don't have to be all over the place. I'm doing my studies, I'm doing my charity, and then I'm here hanging out with you guys in these YouTube streets. I enjoy this. I love doing this. I love bringing us all to a state of well-being, and I hope that I'm part of that process for you as you are for me. So with that, I am going to get out of here. Y'all, what am I doing tonight? Normally I tell y'all a movie I'm watching tonight. Normally I tell you, I know that Norbit was free back on TV. I don't think it was on Tubi. I think it was on Amazon Prime, one of them. Oh, and I found a couple goodies. So let me show you the couple goodies I found. And of course they're pink, but I found this milk frother. And it's pink. Look at that. I'm so excited, y'all. It's so funny. My granddaughter, I didn't even know she knew what this was. She knew exactly what this was. But this is, I got it. Yes, Paris Hilton. I have a lot of her stuff because it's pink. I'm not even gonna lie. Because it's pink and it's my favorite color. Everything is pink around here. She also had this cute little jar. Guys, you tell me what you're gonna use this for. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Mike. You the best. Oh, look, my girlfriend wanted to say hi, y'all. She said she picked too. I picked her. I picked her out. Sherry want me to forget this. She wanted to say hi to y'all. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. It fell. Oh, this was so cute. Okay, so it says that it is a insulated food jar. It's stainless steel. Y'all know it's gotta be stainless steel, but it's pink. It's super cute, and I know that the pink is for the ribbons. Oh, that's not for breast cancer. Y'all know all this time I thought these were breast cancer ribbons, and they just regular ribbons. Oh my God, the level of my blondness, y'all. I'm sorry, but it's still cute. It's still cute. I love it. But it's pink. I was asking God's desire. See, you know what? See, that's why we twins, Diana. This is why we're twins. Like, seriously. Before I could even y'all listen. She already knew where I was going with it. Thank you very much. It's my new tea jar. So listen, this is what else I got. I talked about this the other day. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Thanks, Felicia. Y'all ready? Boom, yeah. I told y'all I got a new one. Y'all want to hear something funny? You know the black one that I used Tuesday night on Miss Georgia Peachnut's live? It dropped. And it broke. I wanted to cry. It dropped. Because you know why? That's the one that I take with me. So I do vending at events, and I give people samples of tea, and I use that little one when I'm out and about because it's little. I put it in a little pouch, and it gets them going. I get all the way home, and it fell. Like, my heart was just like, really? And my behind went to go try and look for another one, even though I already had this one. But I wanted that little one because it's part of my travel pack. I have, when I'm out doing events and I'm teaching people about tea, or if I'm at my booth and I'm doing a live demonstration of tea, I like to be able to infuse tea right there on the spot and show them how easy it is to be well. Like, you can be well. You can go grab some herbs from the garden, put it in that little cup, and you pour some hot water in, and you just let it sit and steep. Like, I'm big on that, y'all. When I say I'm big on that, like, I'm really big on that. And the people love when I do the live demonstrations. So that cute little one was perfect. And y'all know I am stingy. So this pink one will not be leaving the house to go do any demonstration. This is for my house. So I have to try and find a new one, y'all. It was little, it was cute. I'm so hurt. But, hey, I guess God said, listen, woman, you found a pink one. But look at this. Yeah, this one's by Paris Hilton too. But I love this. Look at it, it's so cute. I don't know if it's a heart or just because it's pink. But super, super cute. Y'all, I love this. So it's a coffee press. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's a coffee press. But I use it for tea. And this actually holds 8 cups. So I can do a demonstration and make 8 cups of tea. I actually have the little pink teacups that I take out with me. Ask me why I have them when I really don't want somebody drinking my out my cup. But it's part of my demonstration. Believe it or not, people love the demonstration, and I don't give them my cup. I normally just pour it in there so they can see it change color, see the richness of it, infusing the herb with it. and then I just pour it into a cup that they can take with them. But this is my new one. And yeah, I lost the little black one. But it's okay. It's okay. This one is my new favorite. So so I think that was it. It's just those 3 little things I had to share with you guys. Has anybody seen these? I'm a little reluctant. I'm going to have to check out the source of these. But this is so... I found a... Diana, we got to talk too. I found... yes, you know Jane Doe, pink all day. Oh, Aldi. Oh, Aldi got... But a little one. I need a little one, Felicia. I don't want a big one. I went to Home Goods to get another one today. They didn't have it. So, but I want a little one. One that, again, for travel. So I can take it with me when I'm traveling. So, I want a little one. Not a big one. It was super cute and little. I needed to stay that same size. Just easy for transport. But, I found a herbalist today. And she made makeup. And I don't know why I didn't think of it, because I use... Oh, let me show you. Okay, so this was the big surprise. The big surprise is that I finally, and I think I shared it this week, but I'm going to share it again. I finally completed my own shampoo and conditioner. I don't have World Market. Maybe I'll reach out to my sister. My sister got World Market. She's in North Carolina. So this is my shampoo. This is an herbal shampoo that I infuse myself. And of course, yep, it has rosemary. Not rosemary, I'm sorry. It has hibiscus in it. This is my hibiscus shampoo that I created. I'm going to give y'all some smell-o-vision. When I tell you, the scent on this bad boy is so good. Listen, it just opened up your nostrils. It's so good. So good. But it has hibiscus in it, hence the color. So I say that to say, I found a herbalist today who uses fruit to make her makeup. I thought it was genius, which I'm not shocked, because most cosmetics or most products start from a plant somewhere. And she used beets. She dried the beets, ground it up into a fine powder, and she used it as makeup. And I said, amazing. I had to reach out to her. I had to send her a comment. I asked her if she was okay if, I made some beet makeup. But that was just genius to me. And I'm going, you don't have to worry about a side effect to it. You don't have to worry about a chemical in it. It is plain and simple from your garden. And when I tell you, her cheeks were just so like cherry, but not like this deep red like you think it's gonna be because of how dark the beet color was, but it was just perfect, like this little hint of it on her cheeks. And I brought that up because I had seen these at Dollar Tree, right? I found this at Dollar Tree. I didn't see a lot of chemicals in it. I'm when I see stuff like this, I'm looking for fair trade, because I know that they, get little children to go into these mines and get these mica powders from it. But that's another story. But so I thought of it, and when I saw her video, I was like, look at God. He said you can make your own colors from the fruits of your garden. So bam, look at that. Now this right here is my herbal conditioner, y'all. Oh my God, I just washed my hair. This is why my hair has not been out. I just washed it. I was trying to decide how I was going to do my hair. And I'm trying to think if I'm going to use this as a leave-in conditioner as well. Look how creamy that is. This is my first time making my own shampoo and conditioner. I make my own soap, but this is my first time making my own shampoo and conditioner. And I am so, look at the creaminess of that. Look at the richness of that. Y'all. Oh, the smell of it. I wish you could smell it. Y'all see that? Look at that. And it has a tint of pink. because I use hibiscus flowers in there for the color, but also for its health benefits. But I have hibiscus in there. Y'all, I'm so excited with myself. My comfrey oil is done, and my shampoo and conditioner finally is finished. I should send it out to some samples, get everybody's opinion of it. You know, you have to test the market before you thank you, Dinah. You know, you gotta test the market and see how people like it before you put it out there. So I may reach out to a couple people, ask you guys to test it out for me and tell me what you think. Let me know, and I'll send you a sample. Just let me know in a comment, okay? Let me know, let me know, let me know. As long as it's not, you know, too far, I can send it to you. But I'm so excited, y'all. I love the shampoo. I was not a shampoo girl for my hair. I'm more of a conditioner kind of girl just for my hair. But when I made this, I made it with that intention of too many shampoos strip the hair, damage the hair shaft, dry out the scalp, and I didn't want none of that. So y'all know I used my herbs in this. I infused it for weeks to make sure that I got the right properties in here. This is an oil-based shampoo, and it's an oil-based conditioner. So it may not work on you if you got like an oily scalp or something like that. But listen, they're both I love this conditioner. I am loving, 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 loving. I can't tell you how much I love it because it is so good. Yeah, so that's why I said if your hair is oily, it might not work on that. Serena, I don't think you be listening. I just told you about a herb that helps with an oily scalp. I just gave you a herb that helps with an oily scalp. You weren't even listening. Maybe you stepped away. But watch the replay. I promise it's in there. I gave you a herb. I said that if you have an oily scalp, it is great for your hair. Okay? There was actually 3 herbs I gave for you on your hair. But there was one particular one that I told you that was really, really good for oily scalp. So, you gotta find it. I know what it is, but I want you to find it. Because you were sitting here, you was listening. I'm teasing you. But it's in there. You got rosemary already. Did you know you could use the rosemary for your hair, Serena? You know you can use rosemary for your hair, right? Rosemary, burdock, eucalyptus, several herbs in there that I mentioned that you can use for your hair, especially if you have an oily scalp. So that's good for you. But check it out. Your girl finished. I'm so excited. They both smell amazing. Amazing. I want y'all to see it again. And it's funny, guys. I picked up these bottles from Dollar Tree, too. It was that toiletry set. I ordered some bottles from the A store. But they're coming. And I actually have an event this weekend, so I want to get it out there. So look at that. Look how luxurious. Let me see if I can do it without it falling out. Can y'all see that? Look at that. Whoa! Look at that. I knew I was going to do it. That's the blonde in me. I'm sorry. It's time to go. Listen, y'all. It has been my pleasure. It has been my pleasure, my honor. I appreciate you guys so much for coming in and watching my channel. Listen, add a little glam, whether you're adding glam to your garden, whether you're adding glam to your routine, whether you're adding glam to your overall health and well-being, whether you're adding glam to your lifestyle. Listen, add a little glam and let's continue to grow together. Don't forget to hit that replay button, okay? Thank you so much, guys. Listen, I love you all. Have a good night. Have a blessed night. And listen, thanks to all my admins. And make sure you guys go follow each other. I see y'all in these YouTube streets. I see y'all in the YouTube streets.